Hi everybody and welcome to EAS 110, Survey of Geology. This is Dr. Bricker. This video talks just a little bit about where you can find information in your class and a little bit about how the class runs and a little bit about the book as well. So when you log into Brightspace, this is what the home page of the class looks like. And the first page that comes up for me, the way I have it set up, is announcements. So make sure you take a look through the announcements. There's a few crucial things that we really need to do, and I'll talk about those first. So make sure you read through these announcements, though. That's very important. As I said, I'm Dr. Glenn Bricker. The class is also taught by Dr. Sarah Delarue, so you'll get to know us a little bit throughout the semester. Okay, so maybe we'll take a look at the syllabus first. So to get there, and by the way, this is probably good chance it's your first time experiencing Brightspace. It's we used to have Blackboard if you've been at P&W before, so it takes a little bit of getting used to. It's similar but not the same. It's different enough that it takes a little bit of time to learn. So I'm going to go to Content here. This is where most of the material for the class will be located. And when I click Content, you'll see a few different things over here. This is the Table of Contents, TOC. A whole bunch of different modules listed here. Here's the syllabus. So let me just start with the syllabus, actually. So when I click on the syllabus on the left-hand side, it opens up here on the right-hand side. So here's some contact information, Dr. Delarue's contact information. Here's my contact information. The best way to get in touch with me is through email, so just send me an email. This is actually my work phone number. And again, this is Dr. Delarue's contact information there. So it is an online class. You'll definitely have to have access to email. And then here's the Chemistry Physics Department location on the Hammond campus. Okay, so this is a 3-credit-hour course. So take a look through the course description there, course objectives. So again, I'm not going to read every line. Take a look through there. You're going to really, I think, enjoy this class. It's really the study of the Earth. What could be more important to our everyday lives than the Earth? That's where we live. Okay, a few other things here. You know, what's required for the course? Well, I'll talk about the book and the lab kit in just a minute, but again, you have to have access to the internet. I mean, that's how you'll get all the information from the class, take quizzes, tests, things like that. We'll be in contact with you through that way, so make sure that you have internet access. Okay, that's almost more important than the book, I'd have to say, or the book and the lab kit. So there are a couple of options for the book. The 12th edition should work okay. The 13th edition, though, you can get the electronic version of it for something like $35, so you might as well just go with the most recent version. Rent it for $20, or you can get the e-text for $35. Here's a link to the cheaptextbook.com. I'll show you another way of purchasing this book in just a moment. So that's not bad, $35. The lab kit's more expensive, but the lab kit is really awesome too. And that's a little bit further down here. Okay, and here's the lab kit. So Introduction to Physical Geology. It comes with lab manual, samples, rocks, minerals, lots of different things in there. You could actually click this link to see what's in there. The most inexpensive way of getting it is directly from the publisher. Now it is $125.95, but you know, get it right away. If you click on this link, actually, open link in new tab. It looks something like this. So don't hesitate. Order it. Hopefully you'll order it today or tomorrow. You'll have it by Friday, and then once the labs start, you'll have the material there. So again, it's an excellent kit, great supplies, lab manual, everything is located there. So don't hesitate, get it right away, and I recommend getting it directly from the publisher. You'll save a lot of money. Okay, continuing on here. Again, I'm not going to read every line of the syllabus. Make sure that you look through it, though. Assignments, determination of your grade. We'll rely on a lot of different ways of getting points. Discussion forums, lab manual, lab data analysis in the lab manual, quizzes, and exams. So make sure that you keep up on everything. With an online class, that's half the battle, really. What am I supposed to be doing? It's up to you to kind of search that out, and it's up to us to make that available to you in a really smooth way, hopefully. So again, get off to a good start. If you have any questions about how anything's supposed to run, where anything's located, email us right away. Don't let it fester for weeks. We're here for you. We work for you, in my opinion. Okay. Things about deadlines. Make sure you read through this. Assignments, which include forum postings, quizzes, exam, lab exercises, due no later than on Sundays. And you'll see the schedule in just a moment. Standard breakdown of grades, 90, 80, 70, 60, that sort of thing. So take a look through there. So no later than 10:59 Central Time. So you have the weekend to finish things up. Okay, make sure you have an email account. I know you do. You're registered for the class, so you have a PNW email account. Now, if you don't typically check your PNW email account, you use a different one, make sure that you set it up to forward any PNW email to whatever email account that you usually use. Also, I don't know if you know this, but you actually have a Purdue email account. It's the same username, but at purdue.edu. So same thing, go to that one, forward any purdue.edu emails to whatever one that you typically check. Okay, so again, read through some policies here. Accommodating disabilities, there's some contact information down here for you. Student mental health and well-being, again, there's some resources available to you. So take a look here, phone numbers, email addresses, things like that. Excellent. Again, I'm not going to read through all this, but take a look back through it. A lot of those resources are available for you. Non-discrimination policy, COVID preparedness, things like that. So it's an online class. We won't be meeting in person ever, but other classes that you have might. So make sure that you take a look through that. Okay, excellent. So that's all here for you in the syllabus. Okay, so the main thing for the syllabus was get those books right away, and you have our contact information. A few other things here then under table of contents. I'm going to hit the Welcome Begin Here module. So this is set up as modules on the left-hand side. A few different things here. So I'm going to do Welcome Begin Here. And then you'll notice it pops up on the right-hand side. Now, under the Welcome Begin Here module, there's a sub-module, Geological Resources, Fun and Interesting Phenomenon. So if I scroll down, I'll get to that sub-module eventually down here. So if you wanted to, you can click on this sub-module. What we recommend doing is, for sub-modules, open them up by actually clicking the sub-module. So if you notice down here, the sub-module, everything's not opened up. You can't really see everything until you actually click on it. But if I click on the sub-module here, it's a little clearer, I think. Do whatever you want, but to me, this is a better way of viewing it. And then the actual description of the mystery of Death Valley, moving stones, solved is here, things like that. You don't see that until you actually click on it. So however you want to do it. Okay, so let me go back to the main Welcome Here module. So take a look, start there. You've got the syllabus. Then you can go to the Welcome Begin Here. Read through this. Survey of Geology is a course where you'll investigate not only the basic geological principles that produce the Earth that we live on, but also important relationships between people and the natural environment. So as I said, it's really the study of the Earth, and what can be more important to us than the place that we live. Okay, so read through here. Now, there's not a certain meeting time. Like, you don't have to log in at 11 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, and Friday or anything like that. All the material is provided to you. PowerPoints, reading assignments, labs, things like that. It's up to you to stay on task with that. A couple links here. Here's the syllabus. I mean, you could access it the way you saw before. Here's the course schedule take a look at that. You get an idea when the tests are and things like that. So when I click on that link, this pops up. So purchase your lab kit. I mean, week 1, what should you do? Purchase your book, your lab kit. That should be the first thing you do. And then there's a pre-test. I'll show you where that is. And then begin with chapter 1 of the textbook. And then you have an idea as things go on, what's happening, things of that nature. Here's the first test, actually, that sort of thing. So more about that later. It's good to get off to a good start. So your first priority is to really order the book, right away. Okay. So here's a link of how to navigate in this Brightspace, compatibility issues, things like that. So make sure you set your time zone and configure your notifications. So let me show you how to do that. So if we've been sending out announcements, if you haven't gotten an email letting you know that, it's because you haven't set your notifications. So if you go up here and click on your name, let's see, account settings, I think. A lot of different things you can change. Down here, though, is your time zone. So by default, it's not Chicago. You want it to be Chicago. So make sure you check that, and then you'll be in the correct time zone. And then hit save and close. Mine's already correct. And as far as notifications go, again, hit your name, go to notifications. Now, I don't like to get notified on my phone. If you wanted to, you could download the app, either through the Apple Store or Google Play, and then you can get a text message whenever there's something that you might be interested in. Okay, so all these things go to me to my @Purdue address, but my @Purdue address I have forwarded to my @PNW address, so I don't have to keep checking a whole bunch of different email addresses. So, go to your @Purdue and forward it to PNW if that's the one that you usually use. So what do I want to be notified? Activity feed, new comments on different posts. So I click both of those, announcements, updated and new, assignments, assignment due dates when it's 2 days away, assignment feedback, that sort of thing. So I clicked all those. I did not click content, created content, updated, content overview. Every time we change something, you'll get a notification of that. And we might just be editing something or tweaking something. So I don't recommend clicking these. And then down here, discussion forum, grades, that sort of thing. I clicked all of those. And again, if you wanted to get a text message, if you had the Pulse thing set up, you'd have to click this column. But I didn't. I'm just clicking email. Okay. Include my grade value in notifications, so I clicked that also. Now, I think this will be the default for all of your classes, so if there's some class that you don't want to be notified of things for whatever reason, you could click Manage My Course Exclusions. Okay, but for this class, make sure it's an online class. You're being notified when announcements are posted, when quizzes are coming up, things like that. So do that right away too. So again, order the book and supplies, the lab supplies, set your time zone, and come in here and set up notifications. Okay. Let me go back to the content and continue with the welcome module. Okay, there we go. And let's see what else we have down here. So how to navigate, set up your notifications, set up your time zone. If you want, you can get the app called Pulse. It's the app that goes along with Brightspace. Okay, if you're having any problems, you can contact Office of Informational Technology. Here's the Zoom link for that. So lots of information here for you. Again, there's another link to the syllabus. Okay, so take a look through this sort of thing. I alluded to it before, but it's spelled out here for you. So when you hit Course Home in Brightspace, you saw what that looks like. And then there's a link for the content. That's where you'll find most of the stuff. Your grades, that's where your grades are. course tools. You'll be able to email people that way if you want to, so you can take a look at that. Easy access to assignments, discussions, quizzes, things like that. Again, that's all there for you. And how do you contact your instructors? Well, you have our information in the syllabus. This is Dr. De La Rue's email. Here's my email. You can go to class list and send an email that way as well. Maybe I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay. Okay, so let me actually go to course home. And then course tools, as I was just saying, assignments, discussions, quizzes, checklists, surveys, all that sort of thing is there for you. Oh yes, class list. And you'll see my name and Dr. De La Rue's name here. You could email us that way as well. Okay. Good. All right, once more, back to content. And let me go on to, we did the welcome begin here, getting started with the course. So there are some things that you have to do this week. So as you notice, I hit getting started with course. This is the main module, and then these are some sub-modules under this. See, they're indented, student resources, activities. Activities are things that you actually have to do this week. So getting started with our course, GSWOC. Okay, so review all the information in this. So what's due the first week? Okay, so in addition to ordering your supplies, book and lab kit, setting the notifications, making sure your time zone is okay. What's due the first week of class? It's down here a little bit. Actually, it's called What's Due First Week of Class. So hopefully it's all spelled out for you. And right here, there's a getting to know you information regarding your book status. So you could just go into that and say, well, I've ordered the book. I'm waiting for it to come. I've already ordered it. It's arrived. Things like that. There's a getting to know you discussion. More about that in just a moment. Getting started with the course pre-course quiz, and also getting started with our course student form agreement. So all this is down here when I scroll down here. So for example, these are the things in this module that are due. Getting to know you information about book status. So if I click on this, here's a description of it. Again, either get the 13th or 14th edition. And down here, you could actually submit it. I've already done this, so I already have all supplies. So just go in there and let us know what the status is. Okay, let me go click this, go back to activities. Getting to know you introductions. So this shouldn't take you too long. Here's a description of what things you could put in this. Who are you? Describe your background. Tips you have for online classes, etc. So go through here, and then you could, post a thread about this. Okay. So start a new thread, that sort of thing. So read through about the instructions for this, and then that's another thing you should do this week. The third one, down here, there's a pre-course quiz. So don't worry about this. It's for extra credit. I shouldn't say don't worry about it. Worry about it. Do it. But it's not really to test something that you should have already learned. It's just to see kind of where you're at. So we click on there, go through the quiz. Oh, as it says, don't panic. It just shows us what you already know. Not, it's just to kind of get an idea where we're at. How to take a quiz. There's a video there, some more information for you. And then there's a student agreement form here. This is the fourth thing in this module. I understand I am enrolled in this class. the materials being presented remotely, etc. Watch the videos about how to navigate, greet a responsibility, that sort of thing. So the way I did this actually was I clicked on the link. It opens as a Word document, and then I just read through it. Let's see, I hit review. Okay, so maybe I hit view. Nope, it's review. Okay, yeah, you do have to hit review. You don't have to do it this way. You could just, do it any way you want to. I'm just showing you how I did it. If you hit review, start inking, definitely read through it though. And then you could just sign it like this. Put the date on it, save it, and send it back. I have a touch screen, so I did it better when I actually did this with my little pen that works on my touch screen. So however you want to do it, you can print it out, sign it, scan it, however you want to get that file back to us. Okay, and then you'll just submit it that way. Excellent. So a little bit of just sort of beginning things here. Let me go back to the getting started with our course module. Okay, so getting started with our course module, student resources. I should have probably done it this way. Under student resources, if I click this, some other submodules pop up. So you can go through all these submodules as well. There's a little bit about technical help, welcome to Brightspace, getting started, that sort of thing. So take a look back through this information. Maybe you won't go all through it today, but it's all there for you. And again, take a look through this part, a little bit about your instructors, Earth Day, things like that. A little bit about integrity and plagiarism, that sort of thing. So lots of information is here for you, so you don't have to search for it. It's all here. A little bit about discussion forum expectations and things like that. So take a look back through that. I don't want to read everything, every possible thing to you. Okay? It's all there for you, though. It's there for your benefit. Okay, so module, submodule. These are all submodules under student resources. Tips for success with online classes, that sort of thing. And then activities. I clicked on that already. There's 4 activities that you should do this week. From that module, there's more in the actual first week module. Okay, so down here is module 1, the 24th through the 30th. Okay, so I've opened up that module. Whoops, it's just being a little bit slow. So Chapter 1, an Intro to Geology. There's a video you can watch. So, definitely read Chapter 1. Here's the some things that you should learn from Chapter 1. And then what's due from Chapter 1? Your first actual geology quiz for this class. Okay? Here's a PowerPoint that goes along with Chapter 1 as well. So you'll have the book. You could read it. Here's the PowerPoint. Again, there's no reason to wait to get the book. You could have temporary access right away. Even if you don't have the money right away, you could get the temporary access to the ebook, so you have a resource. Okay, and there is a quiz from Chapter 1. So finally take the Chapter 1 quiz, 25 points. So do that by, let's see, Sunday the 30th. By 11:59 Eastern or 10:59 our time. Okay, so you've got some stuff to do this week. Some of it is not related specifically to geology, but getting the class set up. So don't wait. Get into that right away. And then go into the first chapter. Read the first chapter. You have the PowerPoint here. No reason to hesitate. You can access the e-text right away. And then here's the PowerPoint. Okay? Great, so here's how you can access the quiz. Here's an actual to-do list for you, and then for next week as well. So all that stuff is laid out for you. Sometimes you can find activities that you have to do in a couple of different places. For example, you can access the quiz here, or you could go to Course Tools, Quizzes, and access it here. Here's the extra credit quiz that I mentioned before. Here is the Chapter 1 quiz. So here's when they're due, and this one's actually due on the 30th. Same thing with this one. Okay. This one, again, you don't have to study for. Just do it and do as well as you can. And then here's the actual first chapter quiz. All right, so let me do Course Home one more time. Here's a calendar over here as well. Upcoming events, getting to know you, agreement form, getting to know you, book purchase status, pre-course quiz, the actual first chapter quiz, and then this discussion thread about getting to know you as well. Okay, so this is really a nice list of everything that you should do this week. That you have to submit. But again, in addition to that, don't forget to click the notifications. I can't stress that enough. Get your time zone correct, and get the books, all the materials that you need. If you have any questions, just shoot us an email, and we'll talk to you soon. Welcome to the class. I know you're going to really like geology, study of where you live. Okay, bye-bye.